Have you ever wondered what it means to stand before someone so powerful that even the gods seem to acknowledge his strength? Well, in Saint Seiya, that idea takes form in the enigmatic figure of Virgo Shaka, known as the man closest to God. And today, we'll dive into the moment when Shaka opens his eyes, an instant that is not just about power, but about transcendence. Shaka was always portrayed as an almost untouchable being, with his serenity, his unshakable calm, and his meditative stance. He seemed to live between two worlds, the human and the divine. With his eyes closed, he was already feared. After all, every gesture, every word, every technique revealed that he stood on a level above the other gold saints. But why did Shaka keep his eyes closed? It wasn't just a style, nor only meditation. It was restraint. It was as if he carried within himself a force so overwhelming that it had to be veiled, contained, controlled, and that is exactly what made the moments he opened them one of the most impactful in the series. The idea that someone only reveals their true essence in extreme situations finds its perfect example in Shaka. When he opens his eyes, it's not just a physical action, it's a symbol. It's as if the entire cosmos bowed to his presence, as if the universe itself recognized the manifestation of an almost divine power. And it's worth remembering, this moment didn't happen in just any fight. It came when Shaka faced the enemies worthy of his power, situations where even his serene composure was no longer enough. That was when the mask of tranquility gave way to an almost unbearable display of cosmic energy. Can you imagine the impact? The opponents, who already trembled before him with his eyes closed, now faced something incomparable. It was as if the light of truth had been revealed, as if there were no shadows left to hide in. And of course, for fans, that instant became history. The man closest to God didn't need to prove anything, but when he opened his eyes, he made it clear that his existence transcended the limits of what a saint could be. By the way, speaking of an almost divine experience, let me take a moment to tell you, if you want to transform your living room into a true temple of sound, you need to check out the Bose 700 soundbar. The soundbar with built-in assistant. Imagine watching an epic Saint Seiya scene and feeling every explosion, every whisper, as if you were inside the battle. Deep bass, crystal clear dialogue, and cutting-edge technology that even Shaka himself would approve of. Those 700 soundbar. Because power is also something you hear. Back to our story, what's most fascinating is realizing how Shaka was built to be not just a warrior, but an almost philosophical figure. He represents the balance between life and death, between the material and the spiritual. It's no coincidence that his temple, the 6th house, is Virgo, a sign associated with purity, discernment, and closeness to the sacred. And in this context, the gesture of opening his eyes carries even greater weight. Shaka didn't need to prove his strength, because his true weapon was wisdom. But when he did, he left no doubts. Even the gods would have to respect his presence. Many fans say this was the pinnacle of his journey in the series. The instant when the aura of mystery transformed into revelation. Shaka wasn't he just a gold saint? He was the link between the cosmos and the divine, a reminder that there are forces beyond human comprehension. And this scene also makes us reflect on ourselves. How many times do we keep within us a power, a talent, a strength we only show when we're pushed to the limit? How many times do we keep our eyes closed, waiting for the right moment to reveal everything we're capable of? In the end, Shaka reminds us that there are moments when opening our eyes is inevitable. It's when life demands our maximum potential, our true essence. And maybe that's why this scene remains etched in the memory of so many fans. It's not just about fighting, it's about awakening. And I'll leave you with one last reflection. If even Virgo Shaka, the man closest to God, chose to open his eyes only at the decisive moment, when will you decide to open yours?